What's up? So, got a caliper. Well, you're gonna see this in a separate video. I don't know when. I'm gonna get to it. I'll get to it eventually. Yeah, it's smoky in here. I had the face melter going, and I either got a piece of rubber that rolled underneath the stove, or there's a hole in the heat exchanger. But it's burning the old lungs. But anyways, what we're gonna do here is we got the caliper off the Grand Marquis here, and this is the same caliper you'll find on Crown Victorias and what's the other one? Lincoln Town cars, full-size rear-wheel drive cars, probably pickup trucks too. Probably, actually, everything's pretty much the same. You know, motorcycles are the same. They all come apart the same way. You know, they all have their little differences. Of course, this piston's about 40 times larger than any motorcycle you'll ever see. But you can see I'm already done here. I was going to include this in the other video I'm shooting, but I'm thinking this would be better served as its own separate video, because this thing is, we've done a lot to this thing. It's going to run on and on and on. So that's what we're doing. Brake caliper rebuild. This one was hanging up, so we're going to go ahead and fix that once and for all. Ray Bestis parts. Oh yeah, this is the part number to that piston. I put a metal piston in there in case you guys are wondering. Delta Papa Sierra 85054. Made in Canada. Sweet. Snowy white north. This caliper's been hanging up for a while. I already rebuilt it, and that didn't solve the problem, so that was my reasoning for getting a new line. Sometimes these lines, they'll fail internally, and it'll act like a check valve. You know, when you hit the brakes, fluid will come in, and then when the piston goes to go back, the rubber will close up on itself and cause the brakes to drag. Doesn't happen often, but it can happen. So just as a preemptive strike, I have no evidence stating that is what's wrong with this caliper. So I got this has a phenolic, aka plastic piston, so I'm gonna get rid of this and put a steel one in there, and hopefully it's the right size. We're gonna check that out once we pop this out of here. So this will be kind of a good how to rebuild your caliper video. Okay, get this line off of here. Should have done that when I was on the vehicle. It's gonna pee. I'm gonna go empty this out in the container. Alright, so I'm gonna do stuff an old shirt in here, just so the piston doesn't come flying out at you. You can get yourself hurt doing this. I'm gonna put compressed air in the hole, bleeders shut. It's gonna pop the piston out of there. What I normally do is when I'm preparing for this, I'll pump the brakes and get it right on the end. Makes it a lot easier. But I didn't kind of get into this job quick and wanted to get it done. So poor planning. But we'll try to, hopefully I didn't fold this over too much. I might have. You don't want to get it too thick, because then you won't be able to get the piston out once it does come free. You just want to, you don't want to put your fingers in there either, for obvious reasons. I don't know what you're gonna be able to see here, but, and we need some air pressure first. Okay, get some air. Should pop out of there fairly easy. Bang. That would have hurt your fingers if you put your fingers in there. Yeah, it should come right out. So that's all there is to it. Now we're gonna see if we got the right piston. Something's telling me we might not have. That'll be disappointing if we did. Nope. Looks pretty close. Oh, that'll work. So we got that off the old Rock Auto. Nice metal one instead of this plastic. I took a gamble. appears to be the correct size. Probably gonna have to get a micrometer on here to be 100% sure. Of course, I see a nick on the bottom here, probably from shipping. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Some sandpaper. It's the problem with buying stuff on the net. You just don't know. So you got an outer dust seal here, and inside there's a square ring. I don't want to go. I'm probably gonna have to pull this off, possibly. Maybe not. I don't remember, to be honest with you. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take it out anyways. But that's your dust seal there. You usually just get a pick. Just that'll come right out of there. It's like a square O-ring. I wasn't gonna disassemble this whole thing, but got it apart. Might as well make a good video. Some clean paper towels. Wipe up the residue. I already scraped a bunch of rust out of this before I rebuilt it the last time. See, it's still, the brake fluid isn't the cleanest. Been in there a while. Normally you'll have to get in here with a pick and grind all, or a Dremel with a wire wheel, a little small wire wheel. Get all around in here, all these little grooves. And this groove where I'm picking the seal out. That's it. That's your square seal. That's the only thing that brings the piston back. I'm just gonna wipe the residue off of that. They still make, well, I don't know if they still make them, but Rock Auto had rebuild kits for these calipers of this 86 Grand Marquis here. Crown Victoria and the Lincoln Town Car, they're exactly the same. Good one. Just want everything clean. I'm gonna blast the caliper with some acetone here just to make sure and blow that out. I like to use this stuff to reassemble McKay's brake cylinder assembly lube with rust inhibitor for all rubber and neoprene assemblies, 4 ounces. Get this off eBay. It's American company. It's made right in I'm gonna get the name wrong, Neodesha, Kansas. Hope I didn't say that wrong, but made in USA. Aerosol Company Incorporated. Neodesha, if I said that right. Nobody says Worcester correctly around here. We got Worcester, Massachusetts. Everybody calls it Worcester. This state's tough for that sort of thing, and many other things that I won't get into here. But I'm just putting this lube on there. Get it on both sides all the way around. Actually, all 4 sides. Go ahead, feed that back in. Yeah, that's seated good. Get rid of that little burr. Where is it? Lost it. That's a good thing. Yeah, right there. Yeah, this camera kind of sucks. I apologize for the crappy footage. Probably should get some light over here. Alright, that's nice and bright. So we got that all sanded down, cleaned up, blown off, blow it off again just for good measure. You see it's got the Rock Auto rust in there. Been kicking around on a shelf for quite a while. I'm just gonna put a little dab of McKay's on there. We'll work that around just to help her out. I just noticed this crap in here. Let me get that out of there. I don't know what that is. Might have been, somebody might have returned this. That's some of the joys of the internet. Okay. Go ahead and stick this back in here. Sometimes it takes some working to get them to go. Yeah, there she goes. Okay, before we go too far, gotta get this dust seal back on here. I don't remember how I did this last time. I don't really want to get in here with a pick, but you gotta shove that lip down all the way around on the inside, so it's kind of a pain in the neck. I think what I'll do is push this all the way in. Did I make the right call there or not? Probably not. We might have to blow this back out again. Okay, we'll try that again. Took the piston back out again because I saw there was no way that we were going to get this to seat with having that piston in there, so we'll go ahead and assemble this ahead of time. And just go around and push it in as you go. And when you get to the last part, it gets to be a real pain. Yeah, we weren't getting that in there with the piston in. Couldn't remember how I did it. She's in there now, see? She's in there now, see? Alright. Let's see if we can make this happen. Trying to get the dust seal around the boot, around the piston first. This is gonna be fun. I remember I kind of struggled with this. Some are easier than others. This one is definitely not one of the easier ones. Motorcycles, you can usually bang them out in 2 seconds. But these ones take a pain. Let's see if we can. Look at that. You don't want to pinch it in there either. Trying to get the, trying to go around the thing. Should have started on the inside because that's the hardest part to get to. Come on. Oh, there she goes. Just felt it slide. Try to get this in equally, if at all possible. Okay, I'm gonna be careful with these picks, that's for sure. I wanna go stab and stuff. Shit. I think that went down inside there. Oh, we'll push her down and see. There she is. That should have locked in there. Yeah, I think we're doing good there. I'm just gonna hit it with a little air just to. I'm gonna put this here just in case I go a little too crazy with the air. So make sure she's locked in. Okay. You can actually see the piston retract. That's a good sign because that was not happening prior to this. Okay. And you can see seated in the groove all the way around. So that is that. That's it. Rebuilt full-size car or pickup caliper. A lot of modern trucks are like these old cars. The only thing I'm going to do with this, seeing that we already got the rock auto rust started, I'm going to get some, I got some LPS3 rust preventative. I'm just going to spray all around in here. We don't drive this car in the winter, so it's not a huge deal, but still, you know, rust, I don't like rust. So we're going to keep that at bay, spray it down to keep this stuff off the rubber, but I don't think it's going to hurt the rubber that much. I can always wipe it off. Yeah, that stuff works pretty good. Turns into a waxy substance when it dries. We'll just try to keep it off the... I'm going to end up greasing the outside of this, so we can wipe it off the outside. So when I put the brake pads in, what I usually do, I use the purple Permatex Ceramic Extreme brake grease. I use that on everything. These rubbers are going to get replaced too, I believe. But anyways, what's going to happen is I'll just put a line around this piston here, and that'll keep the rust at bay there, and the LPS3 will keep the inside of that piston from getting any worse. So that's it. Pretty simple. You know, you can do this, you know, if your piston, if your calipers aren't as bad as, you know, aren't too bad, they can get to a point where they're so corroded, you're just going to have to throw them in the trash, or turn them in for a core. Don't throw them in the trash. You know, wait and see what parts you end up with. If they're remanufactured, you're going to have to return them and get your money, get your deposit back. Other than that, you can pull them apart. Sometimes they get so seized, you can't get these pistons out even if you stand on the brake with 2 feet. I've had that happen. I had that happen to less than a year-old caliper, Cardone, in case you're curious. You know, I've had some Cardone stuff. It's been pretty good, but I'll tell you what, it was a Volvo rear, I think it was a left rear caliper, or right rear, it doesn't really matter which side it was, but it was a rear caliper, ATE caliper, I believe with the number 45 stamped in it for you Volvo guys. And that piston locked up completely solid. I had the brakes out of it, I had the caliper laying on the control arm, and I stood on the brake pedal, and that piston would not come out further than right about here. So it can happen. It can get pretty bad. But if you can save them, you know, if you can get in here with a little, they sell brake hones, you know, just like a cylinder hone. You can get in there, put it on the drill, and get a little crosshatch pattern going in the sides there. And that's the right way to do it. I didn't do that with this, but I didn't feel it needed it. I just got in there with the wire wheel, get the heavy stuff off, and piston moves in and out nice. So. Might be easier to just cut these. We'll see. Should probably make sure I get the correct ones. Yep, those will work. One. Nothing is ever simple. Ever. Huh. That's a trick. Twist it up and push. Came right out. Alright. I'm gonna have to get in there with a round file. Not bad for 33 years. Nice when you keep them out of the road salt. Stuff lasts forever. Just like Arizona. Arizona's even better because you don't have the humidity in the off season ever, except for the monsoon season, and that ain't nothing compared to here. Feel like they've already been lubed up. I might not even have to lube them up. I already forgot which way I pulled them out. Fairly certain they gotta go this way. Oh boy. Yeah. I'm gonna put some silicone lube on there, just help things along a little. I have to give them a shove with the brake pins there. Oh, well, maybe not. Just needed some lube. I want to wreck these things, but gotta get that part out of there. Come out. Definitely not as strong as the old ones, that's for sure. It's kind of sitting too far in, too. I gotta love aftermarket stuff. You guys even see what the hell I'm doing? Doesn't want to go. Doesn't want to go. Come on. So there you get, trying to cut corners. It'll lube the whole thing up. My handy dandy silicone grease holder. That was a piston out of a motorcycle caliper, I believe. See the difference? a little bit smaller. Alright, here we go. Yeah, right in. That's what the problem was. I gotta pull a little flange through. There we go. At least I know they're not going anywhere. Okay, put this back together. Anyways, rambled enough. That's that. 86 Grand Marquis caliper rebuild. We'll see you on the next one.